Welcome. Oh, welcome. Welcome. We're back. Some more AEW from day one. Those that are worried that 1992 might be disappearing, do not worry. Do not come. It will continue. That's what I've got for you. I'm just enjoying this at the moment. So I think I'm swapping Cody's manager to be Anne. Anyway. It's Anne a face. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, 1992 will be eventually returning. I'm just enjoying this at the moment, so whilst I am enjoying it, it's no point kind of messing with it too much. Because I know we only have kind of 2 shows to do for this stream, I'm going to try and do slightly more admin bits. So stuff like getting a TV deal sorted, sorting out some of the kind of managers and morale issues. Why are you? It's not my fault you had a bad gimmick. What? What contract are you on? 13,000 a month. Oh dear, you're lucky we have a lot of money despite losing also a lot of money. Justin Roberts, what would be your issue? Irritated at your gimmick. Just have that. I don't care about you. Jerry Lynn has morale issues. Gimmick? Yeah. What else will be going on? Face, Thrill Seeker. Jimmy Jacobs is the manager without any clients. That's fine. I think it also said Madison Rain was a manager without any clients. Again, that's fine. Whom else? The Hurricane. Again, doesn't really bother me too much. If I search and roll manager, Ace Steel, he doesn't need to be a manager, just happy with him as a road agent. Don Callis can eventually be a manager, same with Dr. Luther. Lever Bates, nah. Cities Martinez, I wouldn't use as a manager. Ford managers Janela. Silla Kelly doesn't have to be a manager. Taz, yeah, he can be a manager. And Tully. Who does Tully end up managing? Tully can eventually be a manager, but everything else is fine. Is Hook in the mod? Just for future reference. Workers. Hook, he is nice. Is there anyone in life that's kind of just debuted? News, story type. New workers. Oh god, loads of people. Oh god, loads and loads of people. Are any of these real? Obviously, it's Joe Bailey's name? Protege? Max the Impaler. Also, a lot of people have actually debuted. Alright. Okay. We're gonna have Alison Brie. And she's going to be retiring in a couple of days anyway. So it does seem like a mixture of real people and a J we could do with. Exclusive written, 3 years. 1 year. Yeah, and it seems like a mix, which is fine. We can just kind of go through it and see if there's anyone that we really want, because I don't reckon there's too many people. Most of them, I imagine, will be NXT guys. Matt Makowski, Molly McCoy, Alex Marvez. We just don't need him, I don't think, if I'm honest. Santana Jackson. Frank Mir, Abaddon. Yeah, let's get Abaddon. Just on a handshake for now. Pair show, 3 months will do. No Ironclad. Jack Cartwheel. Ben Buchanan. So there is a lot of NXT guys. Anthony Gogo. Do we have a Gogo? Gogo? Yeah, we do. Chris Van Vliet. Billy Starks. Do we have Billy Starks? Negotiate. Just a handshake. Pet show. No Ironclad for 3 years. Alia James. She was NXT. I wonder how many of these are actually real. There's Pat McAfee. Roxy. I'll shortlist. Does NXT have Roxy? Do we have Roxy? And you're back. Alice Crowley. Lucky Ali. Daniel Vidot. That's a great look. Looks like we're kind of getting to the end now. There isn't really many people I necessarily notice. Max Coughlin, is he in? Oh yeah, good. He's got his New Japan contract. So Stu Grayson has split up with his partner. Hiromu's gone. And AJ isn't necessarily going to go to Wrestle 1, so that's fine. Maybe if they really wanted him on a tour, they could just wait. What was I waiting on? I was going to do some alliance trades. Promises, training, productions, alliance, there we go. New Japan Pro Wrestling, propose alliance trade. I would like Tomohiro Ishii. Nice. Anyone else that would be nice to have? ZSJ? Nice. Let's get one more. Shibata's retired at this moment. Let's get Juice. Nice. So we can continue on to Fight Forever. Angelico's still out for 206 days. Mox is out for 32. Madison Rain's out for 200. Matt Jackson's out for 41 days, which hopefully should be back for... Probably they should both be back for Dynamite. And Ray Fenix is out for another 159 days. Things we love to see. Oh, so we'll do this New Japan show, then we'll do All Out. That'll probably be the end of the stream, because I think I have to sim till... When was AEW Dynamite 1? What are you saying, cage match? October 2nd, so no. Not too far away, I just don't really want to sim 2 months. So no one gets the night off, let's stay in the southeast. Broadcaster, once again, let's use Fight TV. Locker room incidents. Caitlin is requested to... You know what? Yeah. Yeah. Brandy Rhodes was brought before Wrestler's Court. T-Hawk got an argument with Excalibur. DDP was fun to be around. Matt Seidel was fun to be around. Sonny Kiss was fun to be around. DDP ran some drills. Marco Cody ran some drills. Nice. So what was the main event of the last show? Jericho again. Jericho defeating Tanahashi. So let's have Jericho, and do we kind of have a big heel anywhere? Let's have Jericho. We got Jericho, Pac, and Shawn Spears. Jericho, Pac, and Shawn Spears against faces Cody, Dustin, and Tanahashi. Let's have Tanahashi win, make this a storytelling. Outside interference finish on Jericho by Jon Moxley. Is he not here at all? Or can he just not be booked? No way of doing any kind of distraction or interference? Come on. Where's at ringside? That's fine. We'll make it a flash pinfall. And hopefully that's fine. With the loser, can we do the loser with Chris Jericho? Nice. Mox, cost. Jericho. Match. Instead of celebrating with Cody, Dustin, and Tanner, he leaves through the crowd. Yeah, that's fine. He leaves. So we have Chris Jericho, Pac, Shawn Spears, Cody, Dustin, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Jon Moxley. Solid 4 minutes in. All's good. Book. Let's have a 1v1 of Will Ospreay against Penta. Let's have Penta go over, steal the show. Why do you get creative control? Nice. That is fine. Who else do we have? Not necessarily anyone here. Let's have Zack Sabre Jr. take on... Who else do we have? Have we exclude already booked? Could do ZSG Omega. Would they have had a match? Kenny Omega versus Zack Sabre Jr. In the 2018 G1 Climax. Nice. I think 24 minutes, and I think we can stick Omega over. Let's have... We could have Eddie Kingston. In fact, who's our core roster? Who's going to be here for the next, like, couple of shows? Let's have Ishii and Brian Cage taking on the team of Strong Hearts. I mean, stick Brian Cage over. I was trying to think people that are going to be on the shows. Jay White can beat Face. Frankie Kaz. Christopher Daniels. Have those two ever had a match? They have in New Japan and in Ring of Honor. I imagine like Jay White, to be honest, has been around for a while. To have a 13-minute Jay White win to make it a World Brawl. Nice. Do we have anyone else? No one here. Male. We have Shingo. Juice. Is that it? That's fine. Go have Juice. Nick and Kota against Shingo, Puma King, and who else? Do we have Shingo on just kind of a general contract? We do, we have him on a handshake. Shingo, Puma. And Flamita could work. Stick Nick Jackson over. Nice. And then we have Riho and Shida beat Mercedes and Ivelisse. Let's maybe stick 2 women's matches on. Let's have Kong can beat Caitlyn. Stick Awesome Kong over, that's fine. And 2v2. Let's have women's. We definitely need Britt Baker. Building up and heel. Nyla Rose is also featured pretty prominently. They can go over ODB and Leva Bates. And let's stick Britt over. Nice. What is it? AEW Cross New Japan Fight Forever opening. So 4 minutes. Hype. Pre-taped video. Let's get all the major boys in. Perfect. What other kind of made a debut? Shake hands. History of New Japan the Elite. Pack. Jericho and Spears are interviewed. They have one common enemy, and it's AEW. Nice, that works. So we'll do Justin Roberts as the interviewer with Pac. Got the promo. Chris Jericho, Sean Spears on John Mox, Cody, Dustin, and Hiroshi Tanahashi. Edger Kong confronts Awesome Kong and says all out. That sets up that. Awesome, Azure, Brandy. Cody and Dustin say it's a honor to be teaming with a legend such as Hiroshi Tanahashi. Who do we have? Who could be an interviewer? Search any outside the ring rule. Alicia Tout. Interviewer Cody cutting a promo with Dustin. Stick Tanahashi on character development. On Pac, Chris Jericho, and Sean Spears. Before he leaves, Ospreay says one day he's coming back to AEW. He wants to face Penta again. Will cut a promo, Penta, I guess character development. Video advertising, AEW, all out. I just wanted something that would fill the time. 3 minutes. Need to find a way to use Bret Hart more. Oh. SCU surround Jay White for raising his arms. That's Chris Daniels, Frankie Kaz, Scorpio Sky, and Jay White. Because I feel like that something like that kind of gets the boys over and gets Jay White over. That there. JR announces the Casino Women's Battle Royale. Give me a second. All Out 2019. With the winner taking on winner of Riho versus Shida. So Jim Ross, character development, Nyla, non-speak and roll, Britt, and Riho off screen and Hikaru Shida off screen. Nice. 82%, so it will not be penalised. What does booking analysis say? You feel being overused, but that's not too bad. Move that angle there. Move this here. All kind of looks good to me. Jericho defeat Tana, so 1 to New Japan, 1 to AEW, 1-1. Hiromu, I guess 2-1 to New Japan, 3-1 to New Japan, 3-2 to New Japan. 3-3, I guess. 4-3, 5-3, 5-4, 6-4, and then it's kind of fair. I feel like it comes out fair. I didn't want it to be too New Japan heavy or too AEW heavy, but I feel like everything kind of comes across quite nicely. So we get the AEW and New Japan Fight Forever opening. In a terrible match, Britt Baker and Nyla Rose defeated ODB and Leva Bates when Britt pinned ODB with a curb stomp. JR announces the Casino Women's Battle Royale, with the winner taking on the winner of Riho vs Shida. In a decent match, Juice and the Golden Bucks defeated Puma King, Shingo and Flamita, when Nick Jackson pinned Shingo with a 450 splash. Pac, Jericho and Spears are interviewed. They have one common enemy. Love that. And it's AEW. In a decent brawl, Jay White defeated Chris Daniels in 12:39 by pinfall with a Blade Runner. SCU surround Jay White, can't speak today, before eventually raising his arms. In a bout which had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, Cage and Ishii defeated Strong Hearts when Cage pinned Seema with a pump handle face buster. We got a video advertising All Out. And in a bout which had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Penta defeated Ospreay in 14:23 with a Fear Factor. Before he leaves, Ospreay says one day he's coming back to AEW and he wants to face Penta again. In a bout which had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Omega defeated ZSJ in 23:45 with a cross-legged Fisherman's Buster. Cody and Dustin say it's an honour to be teaming with a legend such as Hiroshi Tanahashi. In a decent match, Kong defeated Caitlyn in 9:51 with a pinfall. Aja Kong confronts Awesome Kong and says All Out, which indicates that they will have a match. And in the main event, in a good match, which actually didn't do that well to be fair, Tanahashi and the Brotherhood defeated Pac, Jericho and Spears when Tanahashi pinned Jericho with a fast roll-up. What's the general problems? Physical conditioning, holding back, declining ability. Hello, Timu. How are you? And I guess the general roll-up and Jericho being kept strong didn't help. Mox cost Jericho the match. Instead of celebrating with Cody, Dustin and Tanner, he leaves through the crowd. Solid, but we can expect. Kenny Omega, once again, telling that he's awesome. Same with Penta, actually. And Nick Jackson, gotta give him props for carrying the books. Financial report, made a decent chunk of change. Helped us get some pop-up across America. This has some of that OG AEW channel. I understand what you're saying. I think there was a newness to the original AEW, like, yeah, I think of all the current wrestling products, AEW is my favourite, but every time I try and get into modern wrestling, I'm just like, oh, I just don't care. It's also, there's too much wrestling now, if I'm honest. I can't keep up with it all. If everyone just had one show a week, I'd be happy. But here we are. I heard the role over at NXT UK is vacant. It's an interesting opportunity. I'm very happy in AEW. Will you make an effort to keep Kazarian on the roster? His deal is coming towards its final month. He's a big part of the AEW family. Of course, I'll offer him a new deal. Shark Boy was happy with the response. Flip Gordon, Joey Ryan, and Marty Skrull were. I don't know if those are the kind of people I want to be hanging out with. Everyone was pleased with the response. Again, big part of the family would like to keep him. Are you how concerned are you by the off night Britt Baker had? I have faith. I'm sure there's one off. Nick Jackson is said to be extremely happy. You must be pleased. He's a favourite of mine. It seems like everyone agrees that Fight Forever Night 2 was a success. What are your thoughts now that it's over? It's a huge success, everyone should be proud. Sign of things to come. What is she doing at the moment? Like, is she back? Is she going to a oh yeah, I don't. At this point, I've stopped like reading dirt sheets. As of April 25. Yeah, that's the thing. I've stopped reading dirt sheets because like we don't know anything. Like, let's be real. Pendra's had been complaining that he wants to be on the booking team. Don't comment on internal matters. You know that by now. Yeah, I feel like I've been worked so many times by backstage stuff and like these people hate each other and these people are attacking these people and I don't care, man. I never know what's going on. Just focus on everything day to day. Though I did see Dragon Gate USA returned. And that is something that I'm interested in watching. They've got 2 shows up that I know of. But that's I just don't have time for like a 2-hour wrestling show. I barely have time for a 2-hour movie. Nice. Fight Forever, doing bits. Guido's retired. What's going on? All the New Japan guys are gone. We've overused pay-per-views. That's fine. Our pay-per-view buy rate is quite low anyway. We have one more pay-per-view and I promise you we'll be off. AJ Styles, let's bring you in as a face. Has anyone else like oddly left WWE? Workers leaving. Please do. Please do share that with me. Chad Gable? So who is gone? Goldust, Fed, Jim Ross, Neville, Ty, Naomi. Is Naomi always leaving? Oh, she's left. Is this something that happened in real life? Jey Uso's left. Where is he at? Founded in 1946, Jordy LaPointe, NG. Began as North Bay Wrestling. The promotion gained nationwide attention when Jordy vanished without a trace under mysterious circumstances. No one knew exactly what happened, with rumours of Jordy's ties to the Canadian Mafia become the talk of the town. The police, however, remained tight-lipped, only stating that it was something so horrific, it's best left unheard. In '52, Maurice Fournier took over, renaming it Northern Wrestling Jubilee. Tragically, Maurice choked on a bottle of maple syrup after a show. In 1965, Rob McNabb took charge, rebranding it as Northern Exposure Wrestling. Sadly, Ron met his end when he spontaneously combusted while picking up his mail one day. Miles Thatcher entered the scene in 1966, changing the name to True North Grappling, but died in a bizarre happening accident. In 1970, Edgar Michond took control, renaming it Northern Grappling Enterprises. That's a very good bio. I appreciate that a lot. At first, when I heard about the Canadian Mafia bit, I thought of, is it Dino Bravo? Big fan of that. Big fan of that whole gimmick. Yeah, I thought it was. I can't believe Joshua Fatu has just been doing bits on the independent circuit. I feel like that's a great bio for just like if I was ever going to run my own Canadian company in like an 80s wrestling mod, that's exactly how I'd want the bio to be. Hideo's left, that's fair. Hideo always leaves. Handshake, special, no include. See, now I know why Tony Khan hired everyone, because it's hard not to. Vin Diesel's gone, understandable. Percy Watson's gone. What loan? Oh, he's in NXT. Bailey's left, Dean, Chad Gable. Oh. I did see that there has been like a new update posted for this mod. And a fix. But at this point I was already so far in that I couldn't. Alex Coughlin and Chaz Betts is the greatest team that I've ever seen. I can't believe he's wrestling in the G1 Climax. To be fair, I'd also leave if I lost to Aiden English. Madness. You go, Chad Gable. Maybe one day I'll bring you in. Perfect. So do we have All Out in 26 days? I feel like we have everyone for the show. We shouldn't necessarily have to worry about anything. He says, being hopeful. There's a few people in the Women's Casino Battle Royale that I don't have, but we can deal with that when we come to it. Now we just need to sim, what, 21 days? It shouldn't be too bad, all things considered. What's going on? What do we have? Anna Jane Abaddon. I think Anna J is part of, what's it called? What? That's fine, so he's signed with us and he can go on tour, that's fine. But he's out for like a year. Or something mad like that. Yeah, another 336 days. Anything can happen in that time. That's fine, let's carry on. I need to get to a point where we're simming forward without being stopped, because I'll stick some wrestling on. Nice. Johnny Knoxville's retired. That's fair enough. Did he have any matches? No, no one hated him. That's a very good bio. I appreciate that. William J. Humperdinck has took over for NXT UK. Dun-dun. Billy Starks. Now we just need to wait on Kenta. Advance to the next show. Let me very quickly was a nice little break. That was the very first Rookie Dozen match I've ever seen. Very good. I'd say the Destroyer outworked him, but different styles, different styles. Benjamin Reichstein. Is that not... Is Reichsteiner not like the Steiner's legit shoot last name? I can't believe we've only been streaming for an hour, and I feel like 20 minutes of that has been a Destroyer Ricky Dozan match. I also ate some chow mein during that. I keep thinking about expanding into playing other games. Probably specifically the wrestling ones. But it's just so easy to have this set up. The way it's set up. Like, the very little effort needs to go into doing TEW. So that's where we're at. Doobie 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 doo. Ba doo. Alright, this should be the Friday that we do All Out 2019. Was the Battle Royale on the pre-show? It was on the pre-show. How many people? 21 women seen a Battle Royale. I keep... Yeah, right. Keep forgetting that. Injury for Amazing Kong. Nice. Keith Lee and Mia Yim have broke up. Call up for Wolfgang. Is this a shoot injury? She can't work that match without Shikong. Doesn't look like anyone else is majorly out. Bunch of house show held. Chavo Guerrero got an offer. Oh, nice. Oh, the one I once again. Wait, what? What are you offering? Just a hand. I'll also offer a handshake. Fair show, no ironclad. Nice. Walk down Eve. I can't believe Kong got injured. I actually can't believe it. Taz has some issues. Kong has some issues. Nice. When did I say Dynamite starts? AEW Dynamite? 1. Was it like October 19th or some shit? Sorry for swearing, that was completely unnecessary. The 2nd of October. Nice. We can sort that out. So let's just do All Out. We'll have to come up with a different match altogether then. No one gets the night off. Whereas All Out held, it's in the Illinois. So I think that's the tri-state, isn't it? Tri. I mean, I'm specifically looking for the Sears. What is it? Sears Center Arena. Which isn't there? No, there isn't in the south. Where else would it be? Not in Northwest. Not in New England. Or is the Sears Center Arena just not in it? Oh, Sears Center. Oh, it's in Great Lakes. Oh. Pick best option. We're going to the Ford Center instead. This one can be on in demand. Perfect. Booking team meeting. We don't need one. Locker room incidents. Chris Jericho was fun to be around. DDP ran some drills. So did Cody. Daniels has been passing on tips to Austin. Pac got into an argument with Excalibur. Let's inspire the locker room. They are buzzing with anticipation. Start off right away. We have our ad match. 25 woman battle royale. Do we have 25 women? Women. Yeah, looks like we might. So who was in it? So Shalandra Royale, who we don't have, so we can do a Baden. Leva Bates, Fabi Apache, who we don't have, so we can do Big Swole was in it. So let's just stick Kong in, we don't have to do that much. Priscilla Kelly, Nyla Rose, nice. Penelope Ford, Shazza McKenzie, nice. Sadie Gibbs, Big Swole, who I'll have to rename, Britt Baker, Tennille Dashwood, Eva Lease, B Priestley, who we don't have, so we can do Baby Allison, Brandy, Kong, who is injured, so he won't do. Yeah, there's no point putting her in. Instead of Kong, let's do Billy Starks. Ali, who we don't have signed yet, so we can do Jordan Grace. Nicole Savoy, Teal Piper, who we don't have, so we can do Kylie Ray. ODB, Jazz, who also we don't have, so we can do... I thought Brandy was in this. Yeah. We can add Shoko Nakajima. And Mercedes Martinez. Alright, we need 3 more, so let's do Ryo, Anna J. And I'll put Bailey in it, but I don't want to put Bailey in it. Book. Oh, it's fine. Is there a local woman? Hello, I'm hunting for a local woman. Any female? Ali Cat, Megan Barnes, Queen Amanita, Sky Blue, Tesha Price. Let's go Ali Cat. Negotiate, face, yep. Nice. Who do I want to remove? Kong, preferably. Oh wait, who did I add? Davina Rose. Nice. And instead, let's add in Alley Cat. Nice. So it's the Casino Battle Royale. That lasted 20 minutes, and the winner was Nyla Rose. Nice. Book. Brandy's unhappy if we keep Brandy strong. Britt Baker's unhappy. Chelsea Green. I thought I removed Davina Rose. Keep strong. Chelsea Green. Britt. Mercedes. Nicole. Tennille. Nice. Okay now. Mercedes, Tennille, and Nicole. Why is Nicole Savoy all the way up the card? Reset search. To be fair, you're a whole lot more popular than I thought you'd be. What's your match history like? Yeah, to be fair, you have wrestled bear matches. Doing bits in Japan, Nicole Savoy? Doing alright, yeah. Book, everyone happy. Britt was unhappy. Mercedes is still unhappy. That's fine. Mercedes is always unhappy. Nice. So Nyla Rose won that. Let's do a 2v2 of Private Party, defeating Angelico and Jack Evans. Where is Private Party? And they can beat the hybrid 2 of Jack Evans and Jimmy Jacobs. How long was that? 11 minutes. Evans went up top and Quen stopped Angelico on the other side of the ring. Quen with a Pele kick on Angelico, and then each Private Party member hits a reverse Rana. Quen with a Hurricane Rana off the top rope, leading to Cassidy hitting a stunner on Angelico, and that was enough for the pinfall at 11:35. Know if I keep you strong, Jack Evans. Ah, you can be furious. See if I don't mind. You're on the pre-show anyway. Nice. Put that here. So we are moving on to the AEW All Out. Opening. 4 minutes, let's make it a hype pre-taped video. Add all the big dogs. Don't need that. Ann, Nick, Pac, Penta, Phoenix. Doesn't matter. Kota. Nice. Start off as usual, the SoCal Uncensored trio of Daniels, Frankie and Kaz. Say this is the worst town they ever been in. SoCal Uncensored trio. Say this is the worst town they've ever been in. Just Scorpio, Frankie, and Daniels getting a nice little promo in. This is a 3v3 of Frankie, Scorpio, and Christopher Daniels against Luchasaurus, Marco Stunt, and Jungle Boy. SCU with a triple team on Luchasaurus where they flipped him over and hit a double knee attack. Kazarian jumped over the top with the Hurricane Rana on Luchasaurus to knock down Jungle Boy and Marco Stunt. Sky with a somersault dive over the top rope onto Luchasaurus. Stunt and Boy were put in the arms of Kazarian, leading to Daniels hitting the BME that led to the pinfall for the win at 11:48. Work the crowd, Victor, Christopher Daniels, loser, we can stick that as Marco Stunt. Nice. Post-match, SCU picked up their opponents and raised their hands as a show of respect. Scorpio, Frankie, Daniels with Marco, Lucha, and Jungle Man. Nice. Up next, Kenny Omega against the Bastard Back. They ran the ropes, leading to Omega hitting another V-trigger knee to the face. Pac tried a reverse Rana, but they slipped and Omega got to his feet. Omega with the chops, followed by another knee lift to the face. Omega went for his one-winged angel finish, but Pac locked in the brutalizer. After about 30 seconds, the ref called for the bell, with Pac winning with a submission. In 23-20. Pac. Referee stoppage. That'll do. What if we keep you strong? Nice. Omega went for his finish, Pac countered it and won by submission. With that win by Pac, might mean he has signed a deal to become a regular in AEW. He's a great talent, so I'm hoping he's there regularly. The announcers kept talking that Omega seemed off during the match because he might have been thinking about Moxley, so that's why Pac got the win. Up next, the trio of Darby Allin, Jimmy Jacobs and Joey Janela make their entrance. So just kind of like a three-way hardcore match. So we can have Darby, Joey, and who else would be good? Exclude already booked. PCO. Janela brought a second barrel into the ring and he put it on Havoc's chest. Janela tried to go up top, but Havoc stopped him with a forearm. Havoc gave Janela a superplex with the legs of Janela going through the barrel. Havoc hit a lefty acid rainmaker for the win at 15:07. That's fine, but instead of that, let's make this a wild brawl and I'm going to stick Darby over. We can keep you strong, Mr. Janela. We can keep you strong, Pierre Carloulet. Nice. Let's do... The announcers kept talking. The announcers said Omega seemed off during the match because he might have been thinking about Moxley. It's fine. We can just do Pac and Kenny with John Mox off screen. Just so we have a little angle betwixt the two. Nice. But straight after this match, we have the Dark Order against Best Friends, with the winner of the match getting a first round bye in the AEW Tag Tournament. Dark Order of Uno and Grayson against Best Friends of Chuck and Trent. Taylor picked up Grayson and turned it into a piledriver-like move. Trent covered for two and Uno pulled Trent out the ring. The Creepers attacked Taylor. They whipped him into the steel steps with the referee not seeing it. Uno held up Trent. Grayson jumped off with a flipping neckbreaker that they call Fatality, and Uno pinned Trent for the win at 13:40. Evil Uno, let's make this a tainted win. Post-match, Grayson attacked Taylor by tossing him into the barricades. The Creepers picked up Trent to carry him away, but the lights go out in the arena. When the lights come on, Orange Cassidy was in the ring with his jean jacket, jeans and sunglasses. Cassidy ran the ropes with his hands in his pockets. He ran the ropes and hit a suicide dive onto the Creepers. Nice. Best Friends hug. How am I going to do this? Creepers picked up Trent to carry him away. But Orange Cassidy is here, who makes the save. Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, Chuck, Trent, Orange Cass. I don't know who that was, but someone's trying to get into my building. Book. Nice. So if I create the stable, change. I went for that one. Bitch finish. So we have Chuck, Trent, and Orange Cassidy. Nice. That's stable. We still need another angle for here, but we'll be able to figure it out. The commercial aired promoting AEW and TNT starting October 2nd. Perfect, we can stick that here. Just another hype pre-taped video for 2 minutes. Nope, not AJ Styles. That'll be fine. I would like a different Shida picture. Yeah, absolutely happy with that one. And I would like a different Kenny Omega picture. I like the AEW pictures. I just think they have a better quality to them. Is there anyone in any of these matches? Like, these are fine, these are fine. Kenny against Pac, those are fine. Those are fine. Those are fine. Nice. So up next we have Shida against Riho. The winner will face Nyla Rose for the title on TNT October 2nd. So we have Kura Shida against Riho. They battled by the turnbuckle. Riho kicked her and hit a stomp off the turnbuckle for a 2 count. Riho with a running knee attack for the 2. Riho went up, jumped off, knees to the back, but Shida with a takedown and a backbreaker off the shoulders for 2. Riho off the top ropes, she spun around the body of Shida and held her down for the pin at 11:35. It was a solid match with a title shot on the line, but this is why they need better storylines, because it's hard to get into these matches. That's fine. How long was that? 13:35 with Riho going over. Video package to set up Cody versus Shawn Spears, who has Tully Blanchard managing him as a manager. So Shawn Spears, chairman, with Tully. There we go. Way too long. So Cody, Shawn Spears, Tully. Nice. Book. Perfect. So let's get straight into the match. Cody against Shawn. The focus was back on the match, with Spears sending Cody back first into the apron. Spears grabbed a steel chair from under the ring, but Cody greeted him with a kick and a flatliner takedown. Cody teased hitting Spears with a chair, then dropped it and did a dusty flip-flop-fly elbow. Cody tossed the chair to Spears and gave him a disaster kick. Cody hit the Crossroads neckbreaker for the win at 16:20. And Anderson does a spine buster during this match. Tully also gets involved. How long is this? 16:20. Put Cody over, make it storytelling. Interference on Cody by Tully, and interference on Shawn Spears by Arn. Nice. After the match, MJF got the steel chair in his hand while standing behind Cody. MJF tossed the chair down and got a hug from Cody. He tossed the chair down. MJF got a hook from Cody. Chair down. Hooked. Nice. MJF and Cody. 3 minutes should do. A video package for the Lucha Brothers defending the AAA titles against the Young Bucks. It's fine, we can just kind of put this in. So we have Rey Fenix, has to be off screen. Penta, on character development with Bandido. We also have Nick Jackson, Matt Jackson, and Kota. So it's a ladder match for the AAA tag team titles. For some reason I thought there was 2 titles on the line for each team, but there isn't. 2v2 ladder. Let's do the Mexa Brothers against the Golden Bucks. This match goes on 21 minutes. Nick stopped him by sending him face first into the top of the ladder. Pentagon shoved Nick while he was on top, and Penta shoved the ladder over. So Nick bumped through the table on the floor. Nick's feet hit the top rope on the way down. It was a rough landing. When Penta went up the ladder with Matt, that led to Matt pulling the mask off his face. Pentagon was covering his face the best he could, and Matt kicked Fenix with a super kick. Pentagon put his mask back on, and Fenix jumped off the top with a double foot stomp onto Matt, who was pile driven by Pentagon onto the ladder. Fenix and Penta climbed the ladders and each pulled down a title to win and retain 21-02. This was insane and a lot of fun to watch. I've seen them wrestle many times, and so some of the spots looked familiar, but then they did stuff like the Destroyer off the ladder through a table. Nice. So let's take Penta over. Couple of stunt bumps, guys. Anyone want to do a stunt bump? Nice. What does booking analysis say? Need a match that steal the show. I guess it's a long match, isn't it? This can be a brawl. Book. This can steal the show. Nice. After the match, 2 guys in masks went into the ring. They shoved the Lucha Brothers off the ladders and stomped away in them. The masked guys went after the Bucks with a flipping neckbreaker powerbomb combination. The masked guys unmasked to reveal it was Santana and Ortiz. They shoved Lucha Brothers, stomped away on them. The guys went after the Bucks. They unmasked to reveal it was Santana and Ortiz. They unmasked as Santana and Ortiz. Nick, Kota, Penta, Bandido, Angel Ortiz, and is it Mike Santana? So where's Ariel Monroe? You can change to Big Swole. Angel Ortiz can just be Ortiz. Mike Santana can just be Santana. Nice. It was announced that the next AEW pay-per-view is Full Gear on November 9th. Video package aired to set up Jericho versus Adam Page for the AEW Championship. This is where Jericho makes a debut to the Fozzy song Judas. Chris Jericho, and Hangman. Nice. So let's do it. Chris Jericho, Hangman Page, in 26 minutes. Titles, AEW World. Jericho ran the ropes and hit Page with another rolling elbow to the face. Page went for a shooting star press. Jericho got the knees up to block. Jericho went for the code breaker, but Page went for the Deadeye. Jericho got a roll up and Page managed to connect with the Deadeye. Jericho kicked out. Page connected with a buckshot lariat, but Jericho blocked a Deadeye attempt. Page landed on his feet and Jericho hit the Judas effect for the win in 26-25. The match was good, but not the epic match you'd think they'd have. I think going nearly 30 minutes in a 5-hour show is too long. Nice. Chris Jericho, storytelling. Jericho was handed the title. Jericho had his hand raised with the title in his hand. Jericho stood in the ring with the AEW World title in his hand while Page was down at ringside by his family. Nice, I don't know how we're doing that. Down at ringside. So what is the book analysis saying? Mercedes unhappy, Jack Evans is furious. 85% matches were A1, so would not be penalised. All looks good. Let's run All Out 2019. In a pre-show bout that decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, Private Parties defeated Evans and Jacobs when Isaiah pinned Jimmy Jacobs. Rio sustained a bruised pectoral muscle. Abaddon, Big Swole, Anna Jay, Billy Starks, Nicole Savoy, Sadie Gibbs and Shazza McKenzie all debuted in this match to a mixed bag. In a terrible pre-show match, Nyla Rose won a battle royale. The order of elimination was Sadie Gibbs first, then Anna Jay, followed by Alley Cat, Baby Allison, Nakajima, Aja Kong, Abaddon, Billy Starks, and Ryo Mizunami, followed by Jordan Grace, Big Swole, Britt Baker, Chelsea Green, ODB, Shazza McKenzie, Kylie Ray, Eva Lise, and then Priscilla Kelly. Finally, it was Penelope Ford, Nicole Savoy, Leva Bates, and the final four were Brandy Rhodes, Tennille Dashwood, Mercedes Martinez and Nyla Rose, with Nyla Rose eliminating Martinez to win. We then start with the all-out opening. The SoCal Uncensored trio of Daniels, Kazarian and Sky say this is the worst town they've ever been in. In a bout which had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, SoCal Uncensored defeated Jurassic Express when Daniels pinned Marco the Angel Wings. SCU picked up their opponents and raised their hands as a sign of respect. In a bout which had superb wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd, Pac defeated Omega by stoppage when Kenny Omega couldn't continue. The announcer said Omega seemed off during the match because he might have been thinking about Mox. In a decent wild brawl, Darby defeated Joey and PCO in a hardcore match when Darby pinned PCO with a coffin drop, breaking his jaw in the process. A commercial aired promoting AEW on TNT starting October 2nd. In a wild brawl that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, the Dark Order defeated Best Friends in 12:29 when Uno submitted Chuck Taylor after blatantly cheating. Post-match, Grayson attacked Taylor by tossing him into the barricade. The Creepers picked up Trent to carry him away, but the lights went out. I feel that. To be fair, even going through like these initial pay-per-views, I can like see some of the wrestlers like you've debuted at like All In and you just don't get used again. When the lights come on, Orange Cassidy was in the ring with his jean jacket, jeans and sunglasses. Cassidy ran the ropes with his hands in his pockets and hit a suicide dive onto the creepers. Best friends hug. Subpar wrestling in a non-existent crowd heat. Riho defeated Shida in 12:51 with a jumping knee attack. To be fair, part of me does kind of feel for TK, because even like going through the amount of free agents and the wrestlers that have left WWE in this save, while I've been simming for like a year, it's hard to not hire everyone, and then as you're booking the show, it's like, I don't know where I'm going to fit everyone I want to book. So it is real. I do feel the struggle running a company in this day and age. Riho vs Shida did not do as well as I would have liked. But I suppose even at the time, people were like, I don't know who the fuck either of them are. We got a video package to set up Cody against Spears, who has Tully Blanchard as his manager. In a good match, Cody defeated Spears in 16:21 with a crossroads. During the match, Tully ran in and attacked Cody, and Arn attacked Spears. After the match, MJF got the steel chair in his hands while standing behind Cody. He tossed the chair down. MJF got a hug from Cody. Two good friends. We got a video package for the Lucha Brothers defending the AAA Tag Team titles against the Young Bucks. Fucking fractured collarbone. Ass. Superb wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. The Mexa Brothers defeated the Golden Bucks in a ladder match when Penta retrieved the titles. Alright, fractured collarbone. How long you out for? Absences. A month. Alright, oh, I mean, you're back for Dynamite. What are we worrying about, Penta? Nice. Who has... Is it Nick Jackson's... the generic gimmick that's getting stale? Yeah, we can tweak it. Just while we're here, I wanted to make sure that we haven't just like lost him for the next year. After the match, two guys in masks went into the ring. They shoved the Lucha Brothers off the ladder and stomped away on them. The masked guys went after the Bucks. They unmasked to reveal it was Santana and Ortiz, LAX, who were free agents at the time after just wrestling a show with Impact. I forgot this was how they debuted. We got a video package to set up Chris Jericho against Adam Page for the brand new AEW World title. Chris Jericho also has a gimmick that's getting stale. You could say that without anything to do with Jericho. Woo! I quite like Chris Jericho, and I think he's very good at remaining in the public eye. Yeah. I think, like, he's not great, but he's better on the mic than 90% of people these days. So, before we get into the world title match, I'm going to shoot a little. Not really shoot. I think people are too harsh on wrestling and should just like pipe down and enjoy themselves. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Just watch the stuff you enjoy. Don't spend your time hating on things. It's not worth it. Go outside. Have a pint. Have a Guinness. Wish I was having a Guinness. Don't spend your time being like, I fucking hate this guy, or this company's shit. Watch what you enjoy, man. I like to watch the 80s WCW. I have a hoot. I don't spend my time watching, I don't know, what do I hate? Grado matches. Just don't do it. I haven't said anything bad about Grado, I don't think. I might have said I really don't like him. And about which had great heat and good wrestling, this match actually did bits, so the shoot was worth it. Jericho defeated Hangman Page. Oh god, I didn't think I'd put the title on the line there. Jericho defeated Hangman Page in 26-25 by submission with the Walls of Jericho to win the AEW World title. Jericho stood on the stage with the title in his hands while Page was down at ringside by his family. Bada boom, popularity in 11 regions. I would like to praise Hangman Page, Chris Jericho, and it's got to be Kenny Omega. Hangman seemed pleased, Jericho was pleased, Kenny Omega was very happy. Injury review, 3 injuries on one show. PCO broke his jaw but still willing to wrestle. Ryo bruised a pectoral muscle, still able to wrestle. But Penta's going to be out for the next month. Doesn't affect us, don't have another show. Made 450,000. Popularity went up all across America. Recently made a new sign with the Baden. What plans do you have for them? No, we'll play it by ear. Same manager. With Chris Jericho having won the title tonight, is this the start of a big push behind him? I have a lot of faith in him. Unfortunately, Penta got injured. Again. Given his somewhat fragile history, is this becoming a problem? I can only wish him a speedy recovery. Pac is coming to the end of his current deal. Will he still be in AEW 6 months from now? He's part of their family. Offer him a new deal. It seems like everyone agrees that All Out was a successful show. What are your thoughts now that it's over? It's a huge success. The roster should be very proud. Nice. Bonnie Hart. The new member of the Hart family. Forget Julia Hart. Bonnie Hart's where it's at now. Thank you. Thank you. I needed that round of applause. Very good show. We've finally done it. We have finally got to the end of the pay-per-view era of AEW. In the next stream, we'll start Dynamite. Because I simmed, 20 days, and that was long enough? I feel like one can look at things critically, but I feel like you can criticize, like look at something critically and analyze it and review it. I think some people go into things just to hate, or just to give out, or just to moan. Like, you can watch something from a critical point of view and review it and have just an opinion on it. But I do think there's some people that go online just to shit on AEW, or just to be like, Fed sucks. And it's like, you know what I'm about? NWA has felt it insignificant. That's because what? They put on 3 shows. Get a TV deal. Anyway. PCO's hurt. All Out was excellent. Buy rate, 242. That's pretty good. Cody thinks Shazza McKenzie has charisma. Kenny Omega likes Jordan Grace. I can understand that. But I just think we're kind of... I think that's also partially it. I know what you mean. I think it's just, it's more of a product of its time. Like, everything is too clean and polished these days. I don't know what you mean. Like, one of the things I really enjoy about just sign Bill Goldberg. What is Goldberg up to? One of the things I enjoy about just watching 80s wrestling is he is unemployed. I won't get him, but he's unemployed. I agree. 100 and... Sorry, Goldberg. Yeah, part of what I enjoy about 80s wrestling is honestly the quality, which I know is a wild thing to say, but Mercedes Martinez, you do nothing but give out. You're not like that popular. You're not that. You are pretty famous, to be fair. Jack Evans, I like you a lot, so I wouldn't like you to go. Nice. So, theoretically, by the time we get to October, what cable commercial can we have? 11 Sport seems pretty good. Medium risk, neutral wrestling, but it is tiny. Access TV seems better. What's Women of Wrestling? Yeah, they seem alright. What about terrestrial commercial? That's tiny. Very small and small. Very small. Neutral, medium risk. That's a mixed bag. That's how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 11. Did the other one have it? It's only 9. Is it Puerto Rico and Hawaii, the extras? Yeah, I don't see a reason not to. The very small is kind of what's putting me off. I don't mind missing out on Puerto Rico and Hawaii to have small. Terrestrial commercial. Yeah, I think I'd rather just like medium though is a good one. Medium though is a good one. Does that medium outweigh the other TV deal? Sadly, we can't get ours on TNT. We're not owned by TNT. Internet commercial? Tubi and Twitch. Yes. Terrestrial commercial search. Do you want? Presumably, you will want exclusivity. Events and TV, AEW Dynamite. It's not dormant. Modify? Oh yeah. No. It's just off air. LA TV. Nope. You are neutral wrestling and medium risk. So let's see. New deal for Dynamite. Won't accept the deal unless it's exclusive rights. Why? Is there any way you... That's only for 3 years. Oh no, I'll have it for a year and then we can talk. Yeah, I'll probably go with WGN America. But anyway, since I've got that worked out, thank you all for coming out. It means the world. I'm going to sim forward to the first Dynamite, and then we can run from there. Stay safe, have fun. Thank you, Timu, for coming out. Thank you, Han Mr. Younger, for coming out. Everything means the world. Stay safe, have fun. Thank you.